I found this movie of Kim Trojel on why she is a feminist. And I thought, after having heard it, I don't really disagree with her, but I really don't think she's a feminist. But let me try to answer that in her post, and hopefully people are able to respond to it in a decent manner. After all, not everyone who claims they are feminists do so out of a negative view on society. Some actually do so because they are for equality. Not just for the equality of women, not just for the bullshit feminism stands for, but for actual equality. Maybe the best thing that could happen is that they recognize that they stand for equality, real equality, not what feminism tells them equality is. But let's see where this goes.
So, for as long as I can remember, I've been a strong believer in equality for all genders. But ever since I found the descriptor feminist and started using that about myself, I found that I have to answer the same question over and over again, which is why.
It's not weird that you keep having to answer that question over and over again, because, in my humble opinion, and I think there will be a lot of people agreeing with me, you took a step back. You believed in the equality of everyone, and then you became a feminist, which is a step back, even in Denmark. So it is not so weird that you feel that you have to keep answering the question why. And I kind of hope you do have an answer for the why. I'm curious to that one.
And it's really hard to answer that question because it seems to me that arguments such as women are people too and common sense just aren't good enough.
If you're for equality, or if you're an egalitarian, or a humanist for that matter, then women are people too is about as profound as saying that water is wet, or that we need air to survive, or at least oxygen, and fire is hot, and ice is cold. It's 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 too how do you call it, simple. Yes, of course, women are people too. Everyone knows that. This is the problem that most people have with feminists, because feminists seem to think women are not just people too, they are more than men. There is no equality. There is a bias towards women, which makes it unfair.
So I thought about it and I've come up with a list of reasons why I am a feminist.
And this is what we will be talking about.
When I was 7 years old, I took swim training, and it was a mixed team, boys and girls together, and it was my dad who'd take me every week. And he didn't want to leave me alone in the changing room, so I had to go into the men's changing room with him. But eventually, I asked him if I could just please go into the women's changing room because I didn't like it when the boys would look at me or laugh at me or even sometimes try to touch me in the shower. He told me to just tell them off because boys will be boys.
I'm not sure if this is an anecdote that actually happened, but if it is, then I'm sorry, your father is an idiot. Of course, you don't have girls in the changing room with boys. There's a very good reason not to. Now, it's true that boys will be boys, but that does not mean it's an excuse for boys being touchy. And one of the reasons they probably would have been is because of their curiosity, which is why you do not stay in the same changing room as boys. So this has nothing to do with egalitarianism or feminism. This has to do with raising your kids. I disagree with your father. It was a stupid choice.
When I was 9 years old, a boy from my class asked me if I'd be his girlfriend. I said no. So he slapped me. And I never told anyone because in reality he was a really nice guy, and before this he'd never done anything to hurt me, so I thought it was my fault for not liking him like that.
Yeah, again, I don't understand why you didn't speak out. Why were you so insecure? I mean, he could be a nice guy, and he could be hurt that you said no to him, but you should not excuse him for hitting you. You shouldn't find fault with yourself. This is not your fault, so why are you trying to make it sound like at least you think it is? No, it's not. Hell, there will be always people in your life who will want more from you than you're willing to give to them. Stick up for yourself. I mean, don't be aggressive about it, but you can stick up for yourself. Okay, from here on in, I'm not going to follow your movie anymore. I'm sorry, Kim. You keep talking about how you feel insecure, how you're not sure you should behave in a certain way, how people are acting towards you, and at one point it may make you feel weakened and scared, but at the other point it does make you feel angry. You tell a story about how you meet a man that your mother knew and your mother warned you about in a way. All these anecdotes are very real, and I'm not even going to try to tell you why things aren't the way you think they are because I don't really feel the need to do that. But what I am going to tell you is this: how come you're so scared? How come you feel that you're not allowed to do anything? I mean, there's one example you give in your movie, and I will have the link down below so people can see the original movie, and maybe they will, where you actually say how you push a boy even before he comes close to you because he's grinding on someone else. And you feel it is weird, or at least in the way you tell it, you feel it is weird that his friends are coming to come to you to talk to you about what you've did. But you're the one who took it into aggression. And this is what you do. You're either really scared, really afraid, or when you feel safety in numbers, you might act up a bit more aggressive, which is normal for people with anxieties. Don't you see the problem is the anxiety? You talk about how you were afraid when you walk from the city back to your house, when you have to pass a few trees and it's really dark there and it scares you. Nothing has happened there. I mean, you don't tell me anything has happened there, but you are afraid. And that fear is what drives you. That fear is why you think feminism is good for you because feminism is going to do something about that fear. And I'm going to tell you, it is not. There isn't an ism in the world out there. Oh, they all tell you how they can help. You could become a Christian and God will walk with you, or you could be a Muslim and Allah will walk with you, or you could be a Hindu and the world will start opening it up for you. But this isn't true. The only person that you know that can help you feel more secure is you. You do not need feminism. Hell, you don't even need humanism or egalitarianism. You need to be more secure on who you are and that you are allowed to be who you are. And I don't know what feminism is going to do for you. I don't know what anyone can do for you. Well, that's not true. I know a lot of things I can do for you, but this is in a one-on-one thing, like social therapy, because I really think you need that. Does it matter that you're lesbian? No, it has nothing to do with that. Does it matter that you're a woman? No, it has nothing to do with that. What matters is that you're someone who, as far as I can hear from your stories, is very insecure. You need to realize that you're allowed to be a person too. You need to grow strength in who you are. This is what you need. You don't need feminism. As I said, you might not even need humanism or egalitarianism, because in the end, the world can be the most beautiful place there is, and you will still feel anxiety. You need to deal with your anxiety, Kim. You really need to do that first. If you then still think feminism is a good thing for you, well, I still think you'd be wrong, but I can't stop you. I won't stop you. I don't even want to try. But the only tip I can give you is find a way to deal with your anxiety, Kim. That is step one. Now, when I started this movie, I had something completely different at heart. Um, but yeah, the story took me elsewhere, so to speak. Anyway, criticism, as always, is more than welcome. Please, if you do like, share, and subscribe, I would be most pleased. But if you do not like it, then please tell me why. I mean, I am curious about that. I do hope I can make you realize that you do need help, Kim. And the worst part is, you're not the only one. Anxieties are a huge issue for people, and a lot of people try to find their answer to combat that anxiety into isms, whether it's feminism or a religion. It's not there. It's really not there. Please take care of yourself.